Good day. We are now in round one of Total Tuesday. We're playing FM player 2006 rated 2501. Oh, I've got 1 minute 48 seconds left on my clock. That's the problem of having no time. Oh, he's on the coin. That's what happens when you've got to give up all your time. No time to even play, is it? Yeah, so I woke up and I went to get some toast and some coffee, and so I lose to someone 2,500 straight away, giving him 1.5 minutes start, and I'm half asleep. That's the problem of playing chess at 5 a.m. in the morning. You just wake up. So I played a terrible game. Doesn't mean I wouldn't lose anyway. Just meant that he was a veto master, but he had a high lightning chess rating at 2,500. I thought I had 7 minutes to make my coffee and my toast. for breakfast, you know, because I thought, oh no, I'm not going to have any stamina. My eyes were sore because I'd only just woken up too early. Mm. Mm. I get some of this coffee in me. I think I'd be happy to get 50% in this tournament. Don't expect to get 50% though, the way I'm playing. But realistically, I probably should have woken up an hour earlier to ready myself for this. Played some practice games and been really alert. That 2500 player I just played, he was from Uzbekistan. So I'm waiting for the next round in Super Tuesday. Mm. The good thing, I suppose, is that I only lost 2 rating points, losing someone 2500. Ha! Mm. But that's why I'm in my dressing gown, because it's dark here. Mm. Last time I played in Title Tuesday, I think I lost to a 20. Excuse me. COVID. No, lost to a 2500 player in the first round. But that was a much harder fought game, and I was right in the game, right down to the ending. That was a terrible game, and I was leaking on both sides of the board, trying to find a novel way to just sort of block my way in. My plan was to get down the B file, try to get some sort of compensation, but it was too fast and too accurate. Anyone that's got a 2500 rating, that's what you expect of them anyway. Normally 2500 you'd be a 2500 chest. Oh, here it is. Next round. I'll play E4. Playing National Master Konstantin. I think I played him before. He's from the Ukraine. That's good. No, he's thinking about it. This has got a better game this time. Oh, yeah, Grandmaster Loy Constantine. I've beaten him before, but he was 2,401 rating, and he played according to his rating, and he beat me. And he played well. I could have played the ending a little bit better. But he had his king up early in that rook and pawn endgame, and that was the correct way to play a rook and pawn endgame. That is, you have to bring the king into the centre early and try to gain dominance over the other king. And then if the position converts to a rook and pawn endgame. I was looking for a draw in that game. he was just being careful because it was round 2 and he's trying to get a win under his belt. I'd say that in round 1, I was paired against someone 2,500. And I'd say in round 1, National Master Lloyd Constantine from Ukraine, he would have probably been paired against one of the top seeds, like a 2,700 player or a 2,600 player. Cynical Riots, how are you going? I'm in Super Tuesday right now with all the Grandmasters and stuff, and the World Champion. So I've lost 2 games. It's tough going here against these professionals, but I'm doing the best I can. But the first game was an atrocious game, but I did fare a little bit better in the second game. I hope you enjoy watching. Oh, you're a noob? No, well, what I'll do is during the game I'll explain to you what I'm doing. I've woken up a little bit now, but in the first game I'm playing someone 2,500. As you can see, I'm in my dressing gown, half asleep, and I'm trying to wake up to play someone 2,500. Yes, I had the coffee, some raisin toast. I'm struggling to wake up. Yeah. This is chess.com. Oh no, this is my live Twitch channel, and I'm streaming live the World Championship Super Tuesday, right, event. Right, we've just played round 2, and there'll be a whole lot of Super Grandmasters and stuff playing. And what I'd really like to do is to get a couple of wins under my belt. Well, I've lost 2 games, so hopefully I might be paired against someone a bit weaker this time, and I can win a game. You got to sit back and try to take some notes. Well, during the game I'll actually try to think out loud, so you can listen to what I'm thinking as I'm playing, and why I do things. Okay. I hope that helps you, and then maybe you won't be a noob. Maybe one day you'll be playing in Super Tuesday and get a better result than what I'm getting, which is 2-zip. I mentioned earlier that I came 15th in this thing once, surrounded by Grandmasters. I don't know whether I'll ever get that result again, but that was my best result ever. I haven't played in this for about 2 years, but my friend convinced me, the IT guy that set up, no, you don't need to be really smart. You need to have a good memory base of things. So chess is all about pattern recognition, and you can train your mind to improve. So the smartest people are not necessarily the best chess players. It doesn't work that way. Admittedly, some of the Super Grandmasters, they might have been born a genius, right? They might have been born a genius, genius IQ, like the greatest player that's ever lived, Bobby Fischer. He had a genius IQ, right? So, and I'd say that a lot of these Super Grandmasters, they have got a very high IQ. Here, I'm now playing the Filthy. He's a National Master, 23-27 from the US. Let's see how I go against him. So he's playing I'm playing the Sicilian, and he's just trying to get a gambit style game against me. And I just want an open game. Okay, we'll change queens. I'm looking at this position. I know that I really need to defend my queen side from attacks. Yeah, so he's already eyeing my queen side, and I've got some problems there already. So I'm going to get my knight out. I like the idea of playing knight to d4 and hitting his bishop, knight d5 and hitting his bishop, and taking that bishop off. I like the idea of changing bishops too. He's playing a little bit too much ambition. He's given me this knight f4 square, which could be a problem for him later. So I've found a little hole in his position. So what's he doing now? I can play bishop there. I'll play rook here first. Rook on the H file to d8. Right. So I'm challenging the. Yeah, he's doing the right things now. Right. So let's just let's remove that knight. Okay, so we'll remove the knight. Now I've got my knight on f4, which is a good knight. It's a handy knight in this position, in this close endgame. Oh, he's forcing me to virtually take that, but maybe I don't want to take it. Oh, it's a bit passive. Let's see. It's a hard decision to make here. I'll play rook here. My knight might be better than his bishop, so I'm hoping that I can get g5 in. Yeah, g5. That's the move I want to play. And now I believe that my position's probably better than his position. So this is the position that I actually wanted. Now we've got technical problems for him. There's a knight here, just threaten a pawn. I get a tempo with king c7. Not the best move, mind you. I didn't play the best move. I can play knight here and threaten some pawns. Now knight checks. I'm winning. I'm winning now. I'm actually winning the game. Technically speaking, I've got him. And I won. He resigned. There we go. So we just beat somebody 2,316. National Master, the Filthy from America. Oh, we've got our first win in Super Tuesday. But what that means, my friend Cynical, is that it says, was Filthy a good sport? Well, we'll tick the thumbs up button, because if he resigned, he's a good sport because we won. So we're very, very happy. It's good to have a win in Super Tuesday. If I could get 50% score, this tournament's so strong. It's one of the most powerful chess tournaments that's ever held. If I could get 50% score, I'd be so happy. Well, you can see why he resigned. Because I'm attacking his bishop and his a pawn falls. So when the bishop moves, knight takes a pawn, and then I've got all 4 pawns against 3 on the king side, and a pass pawn on the queen side. So he would have just had a total definite loss. So yeah, that's true. But that's exactly why he resigned. You're correct. You do resign to save prolonging the game and wasting the time of your opponent. That's correct. And I do the same. It's not just a gentlemanly thing to do. It's just that you'd only play on if there was a chance of tricking him or something like that, you know, or if there was a little bit of complexity in the position. But in this position, against between two players that understand the game, well, it's all over. So that's why I said to you during the game, I said, I've got him. Yeah, so streaming live, Super Tuesday. We're waiting for our next opponent. Shouldn't be too long now. Well, good to see you come in, Cynical, and you saw me get my first win. You might have brought me luck. I needed some luck because chess is sometimes a little bit of luck, and I might have caught him. He might have just woken up as well. I don't know. Now, he's in the United States, different timeline. It's probably 10 a.m. there. Oh, you're playing against some bots. Oh, yeah. Oh, these aren't bots. These are very, very serious chess players. Once you get to 2315 in Blitz, you know that you're a master strength. You know, like he's a national master. See the NM in red next to his name, the filthy. Well, that means that he's a national master of the United States. To be a national master of the United States, you're a serious player. You know, you really understand a lot of the fundamentals of chess. And you can see also that if you want to analyse why he lost that game, remember that square knight to f4. That knight was better than his bishop, and I pointed out that I want to maintain that knight. If I can just hold that knight square, the endgame would be at least equal, where I can't lose, or better for me. He played it badly. You see, the other reason why the final position too, he lost. If you analyse it, you can see all his pawns are on white squares, and his bishop was a white squared bishop. And that's one of the basic rules of chess endings, is that you've got to have the pawns on the opposite colour square to your bishop. Otherwise, your bishop hasn't got the manoeuvrability, and that's shown up by the final position, that his bishop didn't have any manoeuvrability. If only we can just start getting a couple of wins together. Dream, dream, dream. Come on, bring me my next opponent. I'm just about ready. I'll just have some more coffee. I'm waking up. I'm waking up. He probably played a bit too fast too. He might have underestimated me. Yeah, this player here, he was 2300 and he saw my rating 2139, and he might have underestimated me. But 2 weeks ago I was 2330 or something, 2340, even higher rating, and I've just gone down in my rating, that's all. So never underestimate your opponent. Cynical, never underestimate your opponent. In anything in life, whether it be in business or whatever, you can't underestimate your opponent. Big mistake. They must be getting ready for next round by now. So I hope you're beating the bots. Oh, where's the Oh, you are. Oh, you are beating the bots. I've lost my chess panel. Oh, here we are. I've got to play a game here. I'll try e4 again. I'm playing Women's Candidate Master Eva Chess 1619. So this is a women's candidate chess master. So we're playing the Roy Lopez opening. And she's just attacking. Yeah, so she's obviously thinking. Oh, here we go. This is all theory. This is the Marshall attack. That's not supposed to be the best move that she played. Because of that problem. You can see the problem that she's got here is that I'm chasing her bishop away. Okay, so now I'm going to play bishop here. A recapture with the castle. Okay, so now in this position, let's see, what do we do here? My bishop's not very good. I'd like to get my pieces a lot more safer. So the plan is to, it's not a good plan, but it's a plan. Take with the rook. Oh, yeah, we'll take with the rook. Yeah. Put the, so she's going there. Okay, so I'll put the knight in. I'll take that. Yeah, the big question is, should I play pawn 3? I think pawn here is probably the correct move. Rook hits rook. Queen takes. Queen to e2. Tricky, tricky, tricky. I'll get my king off that square. I hate, probably h4 is probably weak. I'll play king or king to f2 just to get off the pin. I'll take that. I'll just move here. Okay, king here is probably better. Queen checks. We'll change queens. It's very difficult now. There's a weakness. And she resigned. Well, I won. Yeah, so she was only 1617, but she played well. She played a very solid game and lost on time. So I kept the pressure on her. I knew I was better than her. I didn't play a really good game. She played actually a little bit better than me structurally. Not much. She played very solid, but but she had to lift herself to the very best of her ability because she was only rated 1,617. So she actually played above herself. If I'd used my time a little bit better, I probably could have crushed her because I'm much stronger than her. But as it was, I won because of just sheer pressure at the end of the game. She could have got a queen, I think, by getting my king over there by playing pawn takes pawn at the end. If she played b takes c pawn, I would have played king takes. Then she could have played g5, and then we both would have got a queen. But I would have had extra pawns on the board, and again, the clock would have ran down really, really quickly because I was so much time in front, and she would have still lost on time. So it wouldn't have made any difference. The net result would be that she would have lost on time. And she had never had a hope of winning. But to her credit, she played well. She played well above her rating. And she played a real solid game. She can be very satisfied with that game. Okay, as you can see, I'm in my dressing gown. I'm playing in Super Tuesday, the Open Grandmaster tournament, limited to players. Either candidate, you have to have it be a title player. It's called Title Tuesday, or Title Tuesday, and you have to have a title to play in this. You can see that my last opponent, WCM, Women's Candidate Master, Eva Chess, and Eva was from Russia. And so I'm a FIDE master, it's a higher rating than a women's candidate master. Women's candidate master is one of the lower ratings, lower rated players that would be in this tournament. You've got women's candidate master, and then you've got candidate master, national candidate master. Then you've got master. Well, I'm a FIDE master. I'm above them in title. And then you've got international master, and then grandmaster, and then the world champion. I don't know whether Magnus is playing today. Usually people like Hikaru and that, they usually drop in and play in this. So I would not be surprised if Hikaru is playing in this tournament. I've got 50% so far, two losses and 2 wins. I started off playing one player over 2,500. I'd just woken up, had the coffee in my hand, and I realised I only had a minute to go because I was a bit late for the start of the game. So here I am, I was playing a 2,500 plus player, and I'm giving him a minute, more than a minute and a half start. Well, it's pretty tough to do that. Anyway, our next game should be up soon, and hopefully we will play well and acquit ourselves well. That's all you can do. You can just do the best you can. Oh, so chat's disabled. Shouldn't take too long now for our next round. As anyone else coming online to Twitter, to the channel, you can see that we're playing in, or it's not obvious, but we're playing in Titled Tuesday on chess.com. And to qualify to play in this tournament, you must be a titled player, like a candidate master or international master or grandmaster or world champion. These are the only players that are qualified to play in this open tournament. You'll see my last opponent was only rated 1,617, and but you'll see that in this tournament there's a lot of 2,500 players and 2,600 players and even 2,700 and 2,800 players. So some of these players are the best in the world. Come in here because chess.com offers them very, very good prize money, and so they wake up, they grab their cup of coffee or whatever it is, and they get stuck into it. And there's a bit of a what do you say? A bit of a string to your bow if you could win Super Tuesday. I mean, the list of players there, like Grandmaster Vidler and Hikaru and all the very, very best chess players in the world. So you've got to be really, really good to win this tournament. So as I say, in a tournament of this magnitude, I would be fortunate if I got 50%. So at this stage, I'm thinking 50%, that's my target or better. But if I could get 50%, I would be satisfied because this is one tough tournament. This is tough going. even the people at the top, they know that one slight error, and then it doesn't matter what title they've got, down they go, they fall. And there's a lot of ego involved in this. If you can, if you can win this Super Tuesday, wow, it's something. Anyway, I just see if, what happened there? I wonder where my chat box is. Oh, there it is. It's back. My chat box. Cynical. Right. He's only a beginner, he says. He was in at 5:31 a.m. Right, here we go. Playing FIDE Master Region 2452. Right. There we go. Let's play a solid game. I'm having trouble with the damn mouse. Oh no, not on Super Tuesday. You can't have trouble with your mouse on Super Tuesday. You get eaten alive. Don't want to have any structural weaknesses. So I'm putting my pawns on black squares. The only weakness I've got is my e6 square. And as my opponent is changing pieces, I've got no fixed weaknesses that they can take advantage of here. Now I'm taking advantage. I'm grabbing the white squares. Got a rook and pawn endgame. My pawn chain's better than my opponent's pawn chain. Okay, so now we'll just well, draw is a good result here. Thank you, my friend. Because he's rated 2446 and I'm only rated 2117. I haven't been playing well, and I think that he realises he could have slowly have improved his position with H4, H5, but he, yeah, so, but it's not clear, the position's not clear, and I've got to pass pawn, but I can't run with it because it becomes weak very, very quickly. So I virtually have to just sit here and wait. So it's a matter of, I had 2 minutes on my clock, my opponent had 1 minute and 27 on his clock. Okay. So I can have a little rest now. I wish I had time to go and get another cup of coffee. I need a runner to go and get another cup of coffee, but my wife is not awake. And I don't think she'd be too keen. Thank you, JK Jockey. Really, I'm very, very happy to have scored 2.5 from 5 games. To have 50% in Super Tuesday is fantastic. I lost to a 2500 player in round 1. I lost to a 2400 player maybe in round 2. And then I defeated a 2300 plus player in round 3. In round 4, I played a women's candidate master from I think it was Russia, and I beat her. And then I just had a draw against FIDE Master Region, right? FIDE Master Region from Russia, right? He was rated 2,446. So we're doing really well. We're waiting for the next round. We haven't got enough points to qualify us to play any Super Grandmasters, but if we were lucky enough to jag another point, we might run into a Grandmaster. So we're just going to see what happens, what transpires. But, I'm streaming live on Super Tuesday. Yes, yeah. Right. Okay, so just waiting patiently. I'm too scared to go and get a cup of coffee because in round one I woke up and I was half asleep and I went to get a cup of coffee because the tournament hadn't started or hadn't started. And so I'm making a cup of coffee, some raisin toast. I'm half asleep. I'm just a bit slow and I come back to my computer and I find I'm giving somebody over 2,500 rating points. I'm giving them more than 1.5 minutes start over 3 minutes. I thought, oh no, what a mess I'm in. So first round didn't go too well. But we've picked up our act a little bit. We haven't lost in a game in the last 3 rounds. So maybe I'm a little bit more awake now. So being patient, waiting for the next round in Super Tuesday. Would be about, I'd say there's probably over 300 players playing in this tournament from all over the world, all sorts of candidate masters and international masters and grandmasters and super grandmasters. Maybe the world champion's playing. I don't know whether Magnus is playing. I was watching Hikaru the other day, and he wasn't travelling too well in his games. He was struggling to hold his form. Okay, I'm playing FIDE Master Alex Colin, 2459. Let's play something a little bit more solid against somebody of this strength. He's doing the same thing. He's playing as just a solid game. No frills chess here. No frills chess. Now, I've got a technical problem here. Oh, my opponent's got something coming here, but I've got something coming too. This is getting very, very, very tricky, to say the least. Opponent's sacrificing. And that's a draw. Well, I think I was very happy with a draw in that position. I played someone 2,453 and a draw. Well, I'm happy. Okay, I'm very, very happy with that. As I say to anyone that's just coming in to the channel, we are playing in Super Tuesday. You have to be at least a candidate master or a master, a titled player. That's why it's called Title Tuesday. It's for anyone in the world that has a chess title, like, as I say, candidate master or women's candidate master or master, chess master, national chess master. But it's got to be a titled one, a recognised titled one. Like a FIDE master, that's me. I was just playing a FIDE master, Alex Colin. Alex was from Russia, and I think I played Alex before, and I was very happy to get a draw in that position because my position did look a bit squeaky, very squeaky, like a little mouse. Yeah, so well, we're doing well to have 50% at this stage. We're playing some tough players. You got 50% in this tournament. You could even have grandmasters that are suffering a few losses, and they could come down, and you might run into a grandmaster. So it's just interesting to see what will happen next. You say it's weird to watch a lot of this type of play. I'm just keeping on trying to get to 1,000. Well, but this is how you learn. And when I'm playing my game, what I'm doing is I'm analysing the game for you to help you to understand how a master thinks and how he strategizes the board. So that if you start listening to what's transpiring, then even though you say you're only 1,000 rating, you could gain 300 rating points, as many as 300 rating points, and just improve out of sight. Because what the training that I'm giving you today is going to go back into your subconscious, and without even realizing it, you're laying a platform to be a better player. So you might say, oh, I'm only a newbie, I'm only up to 200 or whatever it is. You went up 200 points in 3 days. Well, that's really good. That's fantastic. It's not easy to go up 200 points in just a few days. So that shows you that watching these types of live streams and where someone's analysing chess is benefiting you. If I was giving coaching face to face to somebody, I'd be charging about $50 US an hour. So, and you're getting this free across the network. So that's why I ask people if you can subscribe to my channel. I'm going to post this to YouTube, so you'll find that your comments today, they will be on the chat box. They will be in YouTube. Yeah. Anyway, let's get back to the game. D4. I've been playing E4. I probably should have stuck to it, but I'm playing D4 this time. Knight F3. Just something solid. Well, we'll take it. We're trying to counteract his play. So I had to challenge his rook on the C file, and You can't stop checkmate. It's checkmate in one move. You can't stop it. Checkmate. I've trapped his king. He's got his king in checkmate. Oh no. Knight to d2 check and knight to a5. It's checkmate. So we just defeated Dyer's Chess, FIDE Master from Kazakhstan. So we've now gone, yeah, that was a fantastic checkmate. Did you see that checkmate? Wow! Because he moved the bishop down to e3, I could play knight to a5 checkmate. So I had the knight, he put his king down to penetrate my position and didn't realise that his king was trapped. And so I circled him and boom, got him. Oh, you've got to feel good about that. I feel wonderful. I got more than 50%. Yeah, that was great. Wasn't it, J Jockey? You're going to be on YouTube. I'm going to post this to YouTube, J Jockey. I hope that it's going to be probably a long transmission, a long Super Tuesday transmission. So I hope YouTube accepts it, because it's probably going to be over 2 hours, maybe 3 hours, depending on how long the tournament goes. Because it's now 6:19 a.m. here, so it's been going for an hour and 20 minutes, this tournament. And we're only in round 7. We've got 4 rounds left, so hopefully it might be just under 2 hours. Yeah, and then it'll post to YouTube. So your comments, J Jockey, will be on YouTube live. Not live, but, you know, like sort of a premiere stream. So hopefully we can really power on and just keep getting these lucky little wins. Well, the wins haven't been lucky, but this one was a bit lucky because he had actually played well. But even the best players, when they push their position, if the opponent battens down and can cause a certain disruption to their plans. So Super Tuesday, we are doing really well with 4 out of 7, I believe it is. 4 points out of 7. Wow. That's a good result, 4 out of 7. I'm going to probably run into someone over 2,500 next game. Because 4 out of 7 is not a bad score, so I'll probably run into someone 2,500 rating or more. Because it's a Swiss, I've only lost 2 games out of 7. That's a good result for me in this tournament, because I hadn't played for so long. I never would have expected to have 4 out of 7. So I'm overjoyed at playing in Super Tuesday in such illustrious company as all these Super Grandmasters and strong FIDE Masters, International Masters, and to have 4 out of 7 score is really good. So I'm going to probably run into a very, very strong player. I'm going to have to be on my best game. I don't think I'm going to be playing d5. I find that I can play a more accurate game, a sharper game with e4, and the tactics suit my style. There's no doubt about that. So if I want better results, I really should be playing e4. So I'm playing the machine, 2,538 from Germany, and we're going to open with e4. So 2,538 is a fairly good rating. Very solid rating. Playing the machine. Okay. Okay, machine. I don't want him expanding over on the queen's side. So that could be a weakness, that move. But I want to get my pieces working. And I can turn my weakness into a strength, can't I? Against the machine. We'll just see what he does. Can I play knight g4? That's probably a weak move. Play knight g4. I'll play knight g4. Oh, I'll lose a pawn, do I? No, I don't. Yeah, because I'll be attacking. Oh, he can win a pawn. It's a bit dangerous. I'll take that off. Okay, now we start playing chess, I suppose. This is tricky. Well, this is really tricky. How do I get my king safe here? This is looking really, really bad. Yeah, that was bad. Good game, machine. You played really well. He was just too good for me. The machine was too good. He played a really good little tricky line. He knows his openings well. He looked for a little gap, and I played a little. I was trying to play solid, but I was overwhelmed by the attack, if I can put it that way. That happens in chess. Doesn't matter who it is. You get overwhelmed by the attack. There's one slight inaccuracy in your defence. It makes a difference between winning and losing. I played those two moves, G3, G4. I had to play G4. I had no choice then, because if I'd taken his knight, he would have played queen to H6, H3, and I couldn't stop checkmate. But I only lost 2 rating points because he was rated so high at 2,540. But I've still got 50% score, and we're into round 8. So I've got 4 out of 8. I was going so well too with the plus score. I thought, oh no, don't tell me. Shades a couple of years back, but unfortunately, I got killed by the machine. God, he'd only just opened up too. I played. What did I play E4 for? I played E4 to get a tactical game. And what did I get? Oh, I got a tactical game, all right. I got tactical right out of the whole position. Anyway, that's what happens when you start getting a plus score in Super Tuesday. You run into really strong players, 2,500, 2,600. So it's not surprising. And he was from Germany. The machine was from Germany. So strike one for Germany, 0 for Australia. You can see what I was trying to do in that last position, in the final position. I was trying to get my king to E8 so I could get to D2 and run away to play another day. But unfortunately, my opponent had other ideas. Where my rook is on E2, my knight should have been maybe. Would have still been lost. Look at those knights on G6 and F4. They're powerhouses. Nothing I could do, absolutely nothing. Even if my bishop had taken one knight, then, the pawn might have taken. Yeah, the pawn might have just taken. And then all those I would have been smashed on the black squares. That bishop that came out, oh. He didn't even get his bishop on E7 to D8 or B6. So, yeah, that was a smash-up. Wow. It makes me think, should I go back to a more positional D4 where players are like me, they're struggling, they want to get a win and they're just being a bit more cautious. Because, the machine was not cautious. He wanted to win. Yeah, was the machine a good sport? It says on chess.com. So we're going to click the thumbs up. Machine was a good sport. Now 6:30 a.m. and the tournament's been going for 1.5 hours. Should have our next opponent in the next few minutes. We have 3 rounds to go in the tournament. It's an 11-round Swiss tournament featuring FIDE Masters, International Masters, Grandmasters, Super Grandmasters, the best in the world. So it's pretty heavy company when you decide to play chess in this arena. Yeah. Gee, I played that badly. My position looks solid, like I've got... But it's just... Like I played A4, A5. I didn't want his queen going over to A5 on the queen side, so jockeying me from both sides. But as it was, his timing was perfect to come in there like that. He opened me up. Oh. Obviously, I needed my knights. My bishop was a duck, a dead duck, my bishop. Remember, I moved my bishop to C4, ended up on F1, its original square, and that certainly didn't help my cause. I don't think anything could have helped my cause at that stage. Anyway, looking forward to the next game. Click, click, click. My target, try to get 50%. And it's going to be hard now. It's going to be a hard road trying to get 50% now. But I'm up for the battle. I'm up for the battle. If I can get 50%, I'll be really happy. It's tough. So tough. I keep looking at this position until the next round comes. I've got to look at this rotten position I've got. I think, oh, terrible. Well, that's how not to play chess, isn't it? Eh? Well, what are the positives about Black's position? Well, his pawn structure's solid. My pawn structure is fragmented, and I've got holes all over the place. I've done all the wrong things with having a base pawn on F3 and a bad pawn configuration with the pawns on E4 and G5. And I mean, rook on E2 where his knight could take that. We were hoping amongst hope that he'd take the rook, and then maybe we could have just played on. But he was winning on time as well. The machine from Germany, it was winning on time as well. So I wasted too much time waiting for him to do something. In actual fact, that's all. That's what that was his direct intention. He had a plan, and he had a really solid plan. He's obviously played that opening quite a few times, and he knows it back to front. It's probably one of his strengths, the perk or whatever. The correctly played perk defence. Next round should be any minute. 6:34 a.m. Australian Eastern Standard Time, playing in Super Tuesday. And as I said, you have to be a candidate master or a FIDE master or a national master or grandmaster, super grandmaster to play in this event. Right, you've got to be a titled player. So the name of the event, I believe, is Titled Tuesday. It's put on specially by chess.com for titled players. Give them the chance to play other titled players, and chess.com throws in a bit of money, and the winners, obviously, they do well. They get a few $1,000s or whatever. But me, I would have been so happy to be able to stream the games and get 50% score. Best place I ever came in Title Tuesday was I think I got 7.5 or 8 out of 11, 7.5 or 8 out of 11 once, and I came 15th out of about 320 players. Yeah, so that was my best result. Now all I can do is hope that they set the pieces up again. But I'm due for a black. I'm due to play black. So might be another Sicilian from me. We'll see what happens. That was 21 moves. So I only lasted 21 moves in that game. It's not according to my philosophies. My chess philosophy is they're going to beat me 3 times. They're going to beat me in the opening, the middle game, and the middle end game, and then the end game. They're going to beat me 4 times to win the game. That's my philosophy. But I struggled in the opening, and and we're basically in the middle game here, and we're out of the opening, and I got bashed in the middle game and checkmated. trying to scurry like a little rabbit. I was trying to scurry like a little rabbit to play king to e1 and king to d2. I mean, really, that was pathetic. But I had no choice. I'd made one or two little glitches in my position, or big glitches as it turns out, and I paid the ultimate price. What do you do? Anyway, I'll have a rest. Pray to the chess gods for a win, but I've got to earn it. I've got to actually do something to earn it. Yeah. Ah, right. Here we go. Playing National Master Kloppel, 2459, and he's from Poland. Now, this is a tricky position. White's benefits are Well, that was a terrible game. He just outplayed me. Kloppel, 24-61. Kloppel from Poland. And he got me. That was pretty terrible. It was a bad game. Not unlucky. I was unlucky, yeah. I see, I've got you. 6:20 p.m. there, yeah. Yeah, so life is chess and chess is life. So now I'm one down. 2 rounds to go, is it? I think it's 2 rounds to go. It doesn't look like I'll be getting 50%. Was Kloppel a good sport? Yes, he's just too good. He played too well. Um, there you go. Oh, well, 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 well. Ah. A Twitch affiliate. Oh. Ah. Here we go. I'm playing International Master Boas Vietica from Paraguay. Playing an International Master, so I've got to be on my A game. Got me on time. Nearly lost on time, but just got me. Last round soon. So two games down. So what have I got? So we played 10 rounds. So I've got half is 5. No, I got 4 out of 10. 4 points out of 10. I think it is 4 points. I had 4 points. So I got 4 out of 10. So if I won that game, I would have had 5 out of 10, got 50%. Could have used my time better, but position was bad. Boas Vetica, 23.78, just a solid 23.78 player from Paraguay. I'm quite capable of beating people 23.78 on my best day. He's an international master, so it's possible that his rating is actually down a bit lower than what it normally is too. He might have taken a bit of battering. That's what happens. So we're headed towards the jockey Twitch affiliation. Um, where did this go? Chat pause due to scroll. Oh, there you go. That's okay. Oh, I've got the game. Can't afford to lose on time. We're playing Titleti, a women's FIDE master from Russia. She's 23.54, so she's pretty good. This is no fool. Should be a handy chess player. I just played Guico Pianissimo. Something solid. I think she's just given me the whole game. Um, I'm winning, so it's a matter of can I win? This is one game for white. I just got all the passed pawns. I got everything. I got all the advantages. So all I do is I just either push the pawn or change rooks, and there's two pawns there, and I go and mop up the kingside pawns and win the game. So I won that. I defeated women's FIDE master Tilitiali from Russia, and she's going to resign by losing on time rather than position. I'll say good sport and a good game. Okay, so we did all right. So that's the end of Super Tuesday. Our final result, 5 out of 11. Just a half a point short of a 50% margin. We defeated a few players over 2,300, and we probably played above our current rating, right? but probably played closer to my true rating, which is about 2340 or something, for Blitz chess at the moment. Okay, well listen, thank you very much for having a look at the tournament, and without further ado, I'm just going to sign off, because that was the final round, I believe. Okay, so I'll stop streaming.